A very good morning to all my BBA second year students. Let us continue with the subject of BCS, that is Business Communication Skills. In the previous few classes, we are studying about the channels of communication. We came across different channels of communication, formal communication, informal communication, then upward communication, and the last class we studied about upward communication and downward communication. Today we will study about another form of communication or another channel of communication, that is horizontal or lateral communication. So let us learn in this class what is horizontal and lateral communication. Lateral communication. Let us begin with your slides. Okay. Lateral or horizontal communication. It is a flow of communication between the persons of same HRL level. Formal communication provides for horizontal communication by means of the rights at the level of consult or work with others at the same level communication. Okay. So what is horizontal communication? Suppose the persons in an HRL positions, HRL level or same position. What do we mean by that? That there are different departments of our organization, different departments in an organization. Suppose there is a production department, there is a sales department, there is a purchase department. So we can say the manager of every department, the manager of same sales department, the manager of production department, and the manager of purchase department. So these belong to the same level of HRL level. These managers of different departments have the same rights and powers, have the same responsibilities, and are of the same HRL level. So the communication between these different managers or the persons belonging to same HRL level are called as horizontal or lateral communication. Suppose I am just an employee of some college. So if I communicate with the similar kind of employee, suppose I am a lecturer at Disha College. So if I communicate with the same lecturer position at Disha College, that is called as lateral communication. But if I communicate with the HOD, or we can say a senior lecturer, that is called as upward communication, or because they do not belong to my HRL level, or they do not belong to my category or my level of HRL position, but they belong to a higher HRL position and higher level of responsibilities and authorities. So by means at which level of consult of work or others at the same level. No, listen, there are different departments which combine together to form an organization, and organization works together to perform one organizational objectives. So these departments should be interlinked and should perform the same thing. Means without a purchase department, without the production department, without the sales department, a product cannot be successfully launched in the market if it is a manufacturing concern. So every department has to be linked with each other, and every person should be familiar with each other, and every HRL level or the persons of same HRL level should be friendly to make an organization a place to work for the achievement of organization goals and objectives. The next coming paragraph, communication among peers in addition to the providing task communication also furnishes emotional and social support to an individual. Obviously, the persons belonging to same HRL level will have the same comfort and friendliness, or we can say a social support. The manager position, the persons in the manager position have their own responsibilities, their own duties, their own burdens. If they share those duties, responsibilities and burdens among themselves by individually interacting with each other, then there is a model support, there is a social and emotional support to an individual person. Moving forward, in simple sense, there are various departments in an organization and also one or more persons head of each department, which creates conflict and realizable amongst the group. For the purpose, horizontal or lateral communication is promoted in an organization. Suppose there are two persons leading one group, two persons leading one group. So there can be conflict, there can be misunderstanding, there can be authorization of powers. For those particular concerns, the horizontal or lateral communication is forward. It is nothing but communication between the same level of HRL level or the persons belonging to the same level. Suppose we discuss about our college. So the equation the directors have with each other, they may not have with the faculty members. Faculty members, the comfort, the comfort zone, the level of comfort with each other, they may not have with the students. And you belonging students, which we have, which comfort level and interaction level you have with your among your friends and fellow mates, you may not have with your teachers. So that is the difference. Every person is very comfortable, very what do you say, interactive with the same persons, same HRL level, or when they belong to the same what do you say, level in an organization. So that is why the what do you say, horizontal or lateral communication is promoted, because to solve the conflict, to solve the misunderstandings, to promote unity in our organization, because there are separate departments for every work. There is not a single department doing the work. Suppose in our college, account section is handled by a different person, the teaching staffs are different, the non-teaching staff are different. So every individual have one department head. Suppose we have two sessions in our college, that is a BBA session and a BCA session. So there are two separate HODs. So the comfortness, the interactiveness, the what do you say, the the what do you say, the comfort, the interactiveness, the emotional, the support, the emotional and social support, the HODs will have with each other, they may not have with the faculty members. So you understand the HRL level matters a lot in an organization, and every organization have different sectors and different departments which are headed by one or the other, one or more person head, and that person head may have some conflicts or any other rivalry in between them. To solve those rivalries, organization promotes for horizontal or lateral communication, so that the workflow in an organization is very smooth. The workflow and the aim to achieve the organizational goals is very fast and very accurate. So this is all about the horizontal or lateral communication. What is the literal meaning of horizontal or lateral communication? In the previous classes we learned about the upward communication and downward communication. Upward communication was from the lower level of management to the top level of management, that is from bottom to top. And this one is from the top, the downward communication was from the top level management to the lower level management. This is side by side, means persons belonging to same HRL level. That is called as horizontal or lateral communication. See, BCS is a very easy subject. If you understand the basic terms, if you understand what is the major concept of BCS, then it is very easy for you to gain good, fetch good marks in your BCS subject. Okay, moving forward, there are some advantages. So everything in this world have some pros and cons to itself. So let us study the pros first of the horizontal or lateral communication. First point is informal or sweet relationship. This is the same status level communication system. They exchange ideas, knowledge and thoughts. So informal and sweet relationship can be maintained. Obviously, if there are of same level, then if I am a manager of some department head and I have a colleague of some other department head, so a idea may be created and generated from anywhere. I may think from one particular or one perspective of perspective, but the other person can think from other particular direction and other perspective. So we have one idea, instead of one idea we have 2, 3, 4, 5 number of ideas, thoughts and knowledge to share with. So this communicate within, and it forms an informal or sweet relationship. Informal means the horizontal for communication is promoted through formal communication, but it becomes very friendly, that you have a person with same HRL level, or you have the person with same what do you say, powers and responsibilities. So you become a bit interactive, you communicate well, you have exchange of ideas, thoughts, knowledge, etc. So it becomes a very sweet and informal relationship in an organization, which directly or indirectly helps organization to achieve its objectives and the goals. The next point is coordination of activities. What is coordination of activities? For achievement proof, the expected results of an organization, interdepartment coordination system must be developed, which is a criteria of horizontal communication. Obviously, if I take an example of a manufacturing unit, so one department deals with the raw material, the other department deals with the machinery, the third department deals with the branding and packaging, the fourth department deals with the marketing. So these are various departments. So bringing a product from a manufacturer, from a raw material to finished goods, the company needs to go the various steps. So there are various departments. So this horizontal departments, if the proper raw material are brought, if there is a defect in raw material, the second what do you say, the second department, that is the production departments, lets the raw material department to let's um, let the raw material department know about the defects in the part of raw material. So these departments, when work together, their one objective is to produce goods, second is to promote sales. So these departments work together in a manufacturing concern to produce goods and to promote sales. So without interacting with each other, without having a communication with each other, it is impossible for a company to produce goods. So interdepartmental or interdepartments, they coordinate system, the coordinate and what do you say, interpreted with each other to form a union or to form a structural basis, which helps to achieve our organizational goal and to achieve organizational objectives and goals for a particular organization. Coming to the third part, that is departmental communication. Horizontal communication is the best system of communication is departmental communication. Now, best departmental communication, I told you in the previous few minutes before, there are various departments in an organization. Suppose you take the example of your college. When you get into the college, the admission part or the admission department is different. When you get into the college, you come in the contact with some few people which are the part of admission. Then you come to the college, you interact with your teachers. There are also non-teaching staffs. So these combinedly form one organization, that is Disha College of Management and Technology. So these are the groups. So we have to interact with each other. During a form fill up time, we interact with the account section to know that you have filled your dues or not. So, and the directors also interact with the staff to know the students' results, their behavior, etc. So this act as a combining unit. There are different departments, but we all combine together for a better result of our college. So likewise, in an organization, there are various departments which are headed by one or more persons and which are called as departmental communication, the interaction between two different departments in an organization. Okay. The fourth point, end of misunderstanding. Here, there are no chances of misunderstanding in horizontal communication among employees. So it is helpful to the management for exchanging mutual understanding. Obviously, when you have to achieve one goal or one objective, a person trying to achieve one goal, one objective, and 10 persons trying to achieve one goal and one objective, which is better? Obviously, 10 persons trying to achieve one goal and one objective. Here also there is end of misunderstanding, means everyone wants the better for the company, the best for the company, the best thing for the company. So everyone come together, they solve the misunderstanding between them, they try to communicate with each other, which helps the management also for exchanging of mutual understanding. Suppose we have different departments and the production department does not have a good communication or well means with the marketing department. So there is a conflict between the company and it will directly or indirectly be suffered by the management of the company. But if the employees or different departments work together, it will benefit the management of the company and company will be indirectly or directly affected through sales. They are all running behind one objective and one goal, that is the object to fulfill the objectives and goals of a company. So every department is running towards one goal, so they have a mutual understanding, and which is beneficial to the management and also the departments. So end of misunderstanding is the point which I clearly discussed you here. Moving forward, dynamic at work. If horizontal communication is established in an organization, dynamism of work is increased among employees. Obviously, when dynamism arises in an organization, one, there are same level, the employees working at same level have better communication. Suppose I'm unable to understand particular thing to do at my work. My colleague comes and explains me that this work is done simply like this. So it will be easy for me, and I can increase my work efficiency, and I can increase the dynamism of my work. So that is the main basic thing in an horizontal or lateral communication, that interacting with each other or interacting with the levels, horizontal levels, a person will not feel shy, a person will not feel anything misled, because he's asking the person with the same material level. It's like a friend asking a friend. So it comes the dynamism, it increases the efficiency of each and individual employee. The next part is group activity. In the system of communication, a department is well known to other department, can exchange their affection. Now, it is a group activity. Obviously, the production, what is the department, there is a particular individual goal of every department. So our goal, suppose we have a sales department and marketing department. Okay, sales and marketing department. So what is the work of sales and marketing department? To promote the goods, to make the sales in the market. That is the main element or main component of a marketing department. So if we had a good or better relationship with the advertising department of a company, advertising department of a company, then it becomes very easy and simple for the sale of goods and promotion of goods. As simple as that. The departments working together to achieve one objective and goal can work together to bring one objective or goal of an organization by exchanging their affections, by exchanging their well-beings, their exchanging their knowledge, their ideas, their thoughts, etc., which brings them to one homely environment and which helps them to work efficiently and at their best position possible. Now, next point is quick accomplishment and solution of problems. Horizontal communication allows quick transmission of message and solves complex problem. Obviously, quick transmission of message means if you're of same level, if one manager comes to know that there is a technical problem in a factory or an industry, then every manager interlinked with that one manager will come to know about the problem of the factory, and they all combinedly solve the complex problems, and they solve the complex matters, because one brain can work as efficient as not as efficient as 10 brains. One brain cannot work as efficient as 10 brains. The 10 brains or the 10 persons having different knowledges, different ideas, different opinions, different criteria, they bring together to solve one complex problem. So it becomes easy for an organization and also easy for departments to solve the problem among themselves. The next is link between different areas of expertise. Same level of employees exchange information of this communication. They create good link with different expertise. Now, what is different expertise? Expertise are nothing but there are different, what do you say? Expertise means expert people present in an environment. So exchange of information, of communication, they create a good link between the expertise. Means there are different departments, different people, different expertise. When you go to a production department, the production manager is an expertise of the production department. So it creates a good link between the expertise of different departments which come together to achieve one goal or objective of an organization. So Horizontal communication or lateral communication is highly recommended, highly brought forward in an organization because it forms an informal channel of group or informal comfort level among the employees working together to achieve the common goals and objective of an organization. One person achieving a goal is different, 10% working towards achieving a goal is different. The efficiency will be of 10% only. So horizontal communication is very well promoted in an organization. As we learned about the pros of horizontal, there are also cons. Everything has some advantages and disadvantages. So let us learn about the disadvantages part. That is overloaded by information. Since the information is less filtered in horizontal communication, one was shot through a great amount of data, which leads to overloading. Obviously, there are number of information coming through the channel. So there are number of there are less filters in a horizontal. Suppose we are communicating with the same HRL level, I will not filter myself to my same HRL position level, right? If I am saying to the junior or my lower level, I may filter some information, but if I am passing to the same HRL level, I may not filter, which leads to the overloading of information. Wastage of time. Such communication involves excessive shorting of data, which kills the useful and valuable time of superior. Obviously, it involves excessive shorting of data, means excess of data in one place. It kills the valuable and useful time of the superior. So if there are superiors, so superiors of the same level, if there is what do you say, a problem at one department, so the other department should work finely. If there is a major and complex problem, then other department should let know. Otherwise, it is a waste and useful and valuable time is wasted of the other department superior. The next is positional problem. For positional problem, horizontal communication must fail to fulfill the organizational goal. Positional problem is that if you are of senior or the senior authority, so you will have a superiorism in your position. That leads to a, what do you say, rivalry, or you can say a part of discontent in between different departmental results. Suppose there is a mistake made, so one department will blame other department for the mistake done of in an organization. So that is the problem of positional problem. Lack of understanding among the employees, horizontal communication may not be successful. If there is misunderstanding, if you keep grudges inside you about another person, if some other person is taking appreciation of your work, obviously there will be lack of misunderstanding or lack of understanding in an organization. So which makes an horizontal communication not being that much successful in an organization. Dam care. It takes place between equal ranking staff. So dam cuts the period of leaving and encouraging because of the unclear channel and the rule of interaction. So because when we interact to our friends, sometimes we listen to our friends, sometimes we don't listen to our friends. It depends on our mood. So the communication having with the same HRL level or the same position in our organization, the persons may be a damn care to the part of communication because it is unclear channel. It is not that clear channel, and rules of interaction are very poor in the case of horizontal or lateral communication. So that is all for today. That is, we learned about what is horizontal and lateral communication, advantages and disadvantages. In the next class, we will learn about the next channel of communication. Thank you, one and all.